Next one is the assembly. Once we complete the part modeling, we need to use the assembly in order to fix them into a final product. So the part file has its own name. The format for saving the individual file is SLDASM, as we have for part .SLDPRT. The assembly has its own format named .SLDASM. There are two kinds of approach in making the assembly. As a basic thing, there are two major categories. It is the common uh, design methodology for any kind of 3D model, which is a bottom-up design, and another one is top-down design. Bottom-up design is nothing but creating individual part and as a separate component and bring them all together as an assembly and assemble the components based on the parts dimension is nothing but bottom-up design. And top-down design is exactly opposite to this bottom-up design, which is nothing but we initially define the layout or the function of the uh, product as a basic requirement, and with that we will try to design each part as per the functional requirement of the assembly. So in bottom up design, we make parts separate in as a file and then putting them all together to make assembly is bottom up design. Top down is nothing but we just create an assembly file within which we create individual parts in order to make the assembly product requirements. And then we have the third important file format, that is detailing. Whatever the designs we make should be, translated into the uh, measurable dimensions, that is if a drawing file, which is .sld drw. So drw is nothing but drawing, .sld is SolidWorks. So file format for making the two-dimensional drawing is SLD drw. We can have uh, different types of drawings. Basically, we make casting drawings and then machining drawing, sub-assembly drawings, and sheet metal detailing drawing. For sheet metal kind of things, we need to give a flat pattern, which means the first cutting length of the basic sheet is called the flat pattern that we can find out using this sheet metal detailing method. And weldments drawings, in order to educate the welder where he needs to weld the individual parts, that uh, information can be given through the weldment drawings. And assembly drawing with BOM, this will be useful when the product is being assembled in the line assembly. So when the technician reads this assembly drawing, they can easily find out the individual spare parts and they can assemble it as per the requirement. So next, what is basic of CAD? So as you know, you might have read this in your syllabus, which is first angle projection. And there are two kinds of projections which are used as basic. First angle projection, the other one is third angle projection. As you can see through this image, we can find it out that drawing the views in the opposite side, which means making the uh, left side view in the right side of the drawing, and right side view in the left side, and top view in the bottom, and like that. If we make that projection, that kind of making the drawing will be called as first angle projection. Simply, we can just make the views in opposite side is named as first angle projection. Actually, this is the method followed by European countries. And then, as I said, the third angle projection is exactly opposite to the first angle projection. From the image, as you can see, just making this views on the same side. When you see the top side, top view, you can put them in top side itself. And when you see the left side of the part, you can put that into left side. So simply drawing the views on the same side is called third angle projection. It is actually followed by Asian countries. In India, we do follow the same third angle projection as a common standard, and it is also used in United States. And degrees of freedom is the basic thing which we need to know. Like it is the ability of the part to rotate or move with respect to its axis is termed as degrees of freedom. So totally there are six degrees of freedom. Each axis has one translation and one rotation. So putting them into X, Y, Z, each axis has one translation, one rotation. So for X, Y, Z, putting all them together, it would come 6. So 6 degrees of freedom. If we arrest all these 6 degrees of freedom, the part will not be able to move from its place. That's called degrees of freedom. And part modeling methods, there are plenty of methods by which design engineer can make the model. One is just material removal or manufacturing method, like how we let's say by just making this piston, we can just start by taking the casting model and then remove the material using lathe or machining process. That is called material removal. And then material addition, this is nothing but just building, adding each feature next by next to bring out the final design. And then lesser feature, which means we just make all the features, all the cross sections into a single sketch, and making them is called lesser feature. So leading customers who are all using the SolidWorks, we can just see it right now. From India, there are plenty of customers who are all using the SolidWorks for their product design. So you can just view it as we see it is L&T, Brakes India, Magna, Classic, ABB. Likewise, there are plenty of companies or organizations, they are using this software for their product development and design process, like Delphi TVS, Ronet TRW, and Axle India. All these are automobile industries. And then we have Roca. This is a ceramic or construction product. And TAFE is automobile. Indian Railways, Max Design, Thermax. There are plenty of customers who are all using it. Panasonic, Royal Enfield, TI India, Wheels India. So Tata Groups, Mahindra, TVS, MRF, all these are the customers who are using SolidWorks as their major software for designing their product. Introduction to the software. As you can see, the basic parts are categorized into sketch tools and part features. Basically, we actually start the design by using the sketch tools, like the views what we see in the 2D drawing. We can just draw them in the 3D environment. Like by just drawing a line, we can make a product, or there are plenty of shapes available. You can, as you can see below, this is the ribbon. This is the graphical view once you start working on the SolidWorks. When you create a sketch, you would be uh, seeing these tools in the environment. First, this one is called line. That is, with this tool, we can just make n number of lines with various dimensions, and then rectangular shape, and then circle, and then radius. With this tool, we can make polygons like hexagon, hectagon, and then we have arc. Here we have arc and splines, ellipse, fillets, and chamfers. And then these are all the basic sketching tools. And trim entities, convert entities, and offset entities, mirror entities, linear sketch patterns, all these are editing tools which can be uh, used after making these tools. After using these tools, we can go for these tools. And these are all just display, I mean, viewing requirements. These tools are, this is the basic sketch tools in SolidWorks. And in part modeling feature, there are plenty of features available. Actually, in SolidWorks, the image, I mean, the parts function is defined in this graphical display. By seeing this extruded boss or base, revolved boss or base, we can just find it out that from a basic rectangle, it is being extruded. We can make like this. By using this, we can revolve a component to required degrees, like 360 degree or 90 degree, whatever we can make. And swept base is sweeping the component. Like if you need a design like this, we can use sweep boss or base. And loft is a kind of complex design, and boundary boss or base. And for each thing, we have the same with the extrusion or cut extruded. Both are available. And we have a hole wizard. With this, we can make tapped holes and revolve cut. These are all the cuts, as I explained earlier. Each thing has cut also. And we can make linear patterns, which means making a copy of similar features in linear as well as circular or curved driven and fill pattern kind of things. These are all linear patterns. And moving to fillets and chamfers, as you can see, this is corner radius is fillet, and this is chamfer. And for the reference, we can have planes, axis coordinate systems, point, center of mass, and mate references. And this is advanced one, like split lines, projected curves. This is for advanced modeling. With this helical spiral, we can make springs with this. And there are plenty of other features, ribs and wraps. These can be used for casting models. So this is the basic tools which we can find it out in part modeling. So this is the basic one, extrude. What this is, a solid or thin extrude. This can be a, just mentioning the thickness and making the extrude. For this, we can make two circles, and we can maintain the thickness, and we can extrude it for the required length. And this is cut extrude, and this is a basic model which can be a solid boss or base. And this is a surface extrude. And this is for rotational components, like whatever the components which are all looking like a cylindrical shapes can be made through the revolve. This is as sketch of the cross section. And once we make the cross section, we can, using this sketch tool, we can go for revolve. Once we done the revolve, it will look like this. And sweep is another part feature with which we can make two sketches. One sketch will be the cross section of the part, and another one will be the guiding path along with this section will travel through. This profile will travel through. So once with this sweep tool, we can make a spot like this. And loft is a little tough feature with which we can make these kind of shapes. And this is shell, which is nothing but making a solid model and giving the thickness. And this is fillet. With this, we can make corner radius as per requirement. There are plenty of options available in it. And we can go for the chamfer. Each edges need to be chamfered with dimensions specified here, like 1 mm into 1 mm or 2 mm into 2 mm is the dimension with which we can blunt the edge of the part. That is called chamfer. And to make the holes, there are plenty of options available in SolidWorks, like counter bore, counter sink, simple hole, and tapered holes with the thread. On all these options are within the SolidWorks. As you can see, this is a drill, and this is a cosmetic thread. Cosmetic thread is nothing but thread looking like shape will be, an image will be there within it. This is the thread. So once we make the hole in 3D part, when we do the detailing, we can see the holes like this. We can make the dimensions using the holes. We can make circular holes, and we can do the patterns, circular patterns. This is how the part will look like. After the assembly, the engine, what you are seeing is the component with which, once the individual parts are assembled, the entire assembly will look like this in SolidWorks. And then this is the assembly view, front view, isometric views, and then top view, bottom view, and left side view, right side view. These are all the assembly files which we can showcase in the drawing or in 3D assembly drawing itself. Sectional view, and this is the not only the product, we can make anything. This is a store which has the display units. We can make like this. Even we can have a video like this by using SolidWorks. We can visualize the top view, side views, putting all together, running as an animation, so that we can just see the whole unit in assembly mode. And next is rendered assembly, which means, as I said earlier, before the launch of the product, we can just showcase the customers. This is how it will look like in the real life scenario. This can be done with rendered assembly feature in SolidWorks. So this is an assembly of the valve, which is drawn with SolidWorks. Using the rendered image, we can just showcase how it will look like in real life scenario. And this is a part of an IoT device, Internet of Things. Using this, we can make the rendered image look like. We can have a number of views in it, and we can even make the assembly procedure using this step-by-step assembly of each parts, putting all them together to make the assembly. This assembly procedure video also we can make it from the SolidWorks. And This is the exploded view. Once the product is assembled together, we can just drag them apart to showcase how it what are all the individual parts are with this exploded view. And this is one of the exploded view of the cylinder, pneumatic cylinder. And this is a sheet metal part. Once after bending, it will look like this. This is a part done by SolidWorks. This is a sheet metal part which has single bend, once 90 degree and 190 degree here with an angle. This is single bend. If you see here, we have two bends in here, 190 degree, again 190 degree. So this is double bend. This is a weldment part which is done using SolidWorks. Like during the detailing, we can showcase the fillet length and dimensions to educate the welder. This is a tubing and pipings of entire assembly. It can be useful in oil and gas industries. This is the detailing. Once we complete the part manufacturing, part modeling, we can go for this detailing, two-dimensional manufacturing drawing, with which we can educate the machinist to know the part, how it will look after the manufacturing is completed. So this is another detailing drawing with the assembly. After completion of assembly, the dimensions has to be like this. This is also possible with detailing in SolidWorks. And this is below assembly view with ballooning. Each ballooning, we can refer the name of the part as in order to educate the technician to assemble the components in real life. So that's all